Oh, thank you so much. Warmly welcome over here. As you know, my name is HAFIZ TAYYAB AHMAD. I'm a chemical engineer, and I usually call myself a chemical expert. Thank you for coming over here. This is just like a second video related to safety, and I want to tell you how you can save yourself in crucial moment, and as well as what should you do while you are handling different kind of chemicals. So it is very important for you to understand, and I think so it's really helpful for you. So be here with me, let's do that together. Okay, there are different kinds of fire. You have to note it down. You have to keep in mind that number one, there are five types of fire which is quite common. Number one, class A. Class A usually related to the solid waste material, which is wood, glass, and furniture, and all those kind of things. So which we call a class A fire. Class B fire is just like related to lubricants, just like liquid fuels, lubricants, and all those kind of things. So the class 3 fire, which is relevant to the electric equipments, just wire equipments, motors and switches and all those kind of things, so which we call that class 3 fires. And class D fire, combustion materials such as metal, magnesium and aluminium, these are class D. And E is just like above and some other material which is high voltage and other kind of things. So these are the 5 main categories of fire which I have tell you. Common fire classification, which is quite, these three are quite common. Number A class, ordinary combustion element, as I already told you, which is relevant to the wood material and solid material, plastic, textile. B class fire, which is relevant to the liquid, oil, gases and solvents other. And class C fire is just like electric equipment, computer and other kind of stuff, which is quite common. So common type of fire extinguisher. There are 3 major type of fire extinguisher which is quite common. Number one is water, which is used for only class A fire, which is solid. Class 2 second fire extinguisher, which is mostly used class A, B and C. These 3 kind of fire which use a dry chemical, which I will tell you, we call DCP, dry chemical powder. And number 3, the fire extinguisher is carbon dioxide and halon, which is mostly used for class B fire and class C fire. So water extinguisher is most suitable, as I already told you, for solid material, and we usually use for solid. We don't use for B, C and D kind of fire because it's wrecked with water and then it causes more problem. So we only use for class A fire. Number 2, class carbon dioxide, which is used for B and C fire, but not A1, because A1 is wrecked with carbon dioxide. It's called carbonic acid, so we should not use carbon dioxide for solid material. So we only use for liquid and electric fire, and it is very helpful because carbon dioxide mostly used for electric equipment. In that case, our electric equipment is safe. We don't remove all the chemicals on the electric equipment, so that's why we use carbon dioxide for electrical fire mostly. And number 3, dry chemical. Dry chemical is used for A, B and C. These are quite common fire, but there are something that is very important, that 2 types of dry chemical, which is we call DCP, and type BC, just like a B liquid and as well electric. So we use sodium and potassium bicarbonate. These are the dry chemical which we use in dry chemical fire extinguisher. And the class ABC, we use ammonium phosphate. So ammonium phosphate is used for dry chemical in case we have to fight with ABC, and sodium and potassium bicarbonate is used for if we are dealing with the B and C. Let's move on. There are 3 quite common methods, because initially over here you have to understand that 3 things is essential for fire. One is material, other one is oxygen, and other one is spark. So if fire is occur in case of class A, we have to remove the heat. And how we can remove? By cooling method. And there are some cooling method which is quite common, to add a water, which is quite cooling method. So in class A fire, we remove heat. In class B fire, we remove oxygen supply. So how we can remove? We add some fire extinguisher which is disconnect the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere and make a layer on the surrounding of that fire, so which we call smoothing method. Number 3, the class C fire, which mostly used to cut off the supply of fuel, and we remove the fuel and material on that place, which is called starvation method. So these are the three method quite common: cooling method, smoothing method, and starving method. And cooling is for A, smoothing is class B fire, and starving is class C. Next, move on. I told you already, cooling method is used for how we erect on a cooling method. We add up pressurized water, and smoothing process, we cut off the supply of oxygen, which we do by adding carbon dioxide. And starving method, which we add some chemicals for saving our life by three kind of fire: A, B, C. So be conscious about that. Don't eat and smoke in that area where it is very dangerous, just like dealing with chemical other kind of stuff. So we should not eat and smoke, so that we cannot put ourselves, or we could not put ourselves in a crucial or dangerous kind of emergency situation. So this is very, very important. Be careful. In case of emergency, do not fight with fire. So what is that? You don't know what kind of chemicals, what kind of extinguisher is best for that circumstances. So only a specific people do that task. You should not do that. So what you should do, so you should go to the assembly area. Everywhere is assembly area. In case of emergency, you have to be gathered at that assembly area. So run and move to that area where you should be assembled, and then everyone should take a decision, and only specific people do that. Don't be panic. Calm down, relax, control yourself. Don't be panic, don't run. Maybe it is really dangerous on that circumstances. So calm down, nerves, control on your nerves. That's the message for you in that circumstances. Turn on alarm. If you know that where is the alarm button, you turn on and inform other as much as you can, so that every person that be careful. And those people who can take initiative in that circumstances, they know there is a danger, so they have to come and help you. First, you have to save your life. Your life is how you can save. You have to evacuate of that area. So you have to gather an assembly area. That's first your job. That's first your moral duty. And if you know that you can save other, then you should help. Otherwise, you should not, because sometimes it's happened. People want to save other person's life, and they also put themselves in a problem. So don't show yourself that you are Superman, that you have extraordinary ability. Calm down on yourself, relax, and save yourself. And if you can do the help to the other, you can do. Otherwise, you have to go to the area and try to call others, so that they can perform that kind. So don't forget about to like, share, and subscribe if you want to learn a lot about these kind of things. So be careful with me, and stay with me, bless with me. Thank you for hearing for my words, and I'm very happy that you are with me. Thank you. Don't forget about to follow, like, and subscribe. Take care.